also be asking this. After knowing the um, the levels, stress, satisfaction, the work productivity, no, and the relationship of these three variables, no, what do you wish to accomplish, or what do you wish to do after knowing everything? What are your plans after knowing? Neither?
Okay, after knowing the problem of our study search, I believe that what we want to do or provide, or is to provide rather, um, localized evidence that um, stress levels really affect the um, productivity of PCE teachers, and by this we hope that it can um, help schools and policymakers um, provide more solutions
Mm,
um, for the PCE teachers there. Like, since for an example would be if like stress sila kada ba um dagdagan
okay, you don't really have to answer that. I want you to think of what could be the possible thing that you can do. You have to go back um, to your state, uh, significance of your study, no? Napakita manimo ang inyong mga recommendations dito after knowing kung saan ninyo ang papel, will you be discussing it with the will you be discussing the results to the school heads, to the principals? Will you be sharing the results to the principals so that they can also improvise plans on how to help, or how to how to address these concerns of teachers? And maybe sabi niyo nga na there's a turn out of teachers. Teachers are going abroad, no? How they could help teachers, or how they could give reasons for teachers to stay, no? So maybe that would be one of your answers, okay? And I hope that it's also evident in your significance of your, okay?
yes sir.
Okay, so,
Evident din po siya sa aming significance of the
okay.
study.
Take note of what I'm saying. Okay, um, those are probable questions that I would really be asking. Next would be, in the statement of the problem, Ellie, in your discussion, no, you went directly to the presentation of your questions. Kindly mention first what really is the aim of your study.
Yes po, sir.
And then you, again, just mentioned about the questions. But in the question number 4, number 5, there are pairs of these questions. It should be paired with hypothesis. Question number 4 is paired with hypothesis 1, 2, or null hypothesis 1, 2, and 3. And in the fifth question, it is paired with hypothesis 4. Tama?
Yes po, sir.
So please read or include that in your presentation, the hypothesis and the aim of your study. Sabdan?
Yes po, sir.
Nagpapagabuhan Ellie.
Sir,
Seems that you are
Although attention to
whispering.
wala na
Now,
kay Ting. Sorry po, sir.
in the theoretical framework, or yeah,
Sir, nawalan layo yung nawalan ko lang mic, sir. Sir, nawalan. Sir.
Wala yung mic, sir.
Sir. Nawala ulit. Ayun, meron na.
Hello. Okay. Hindi na talaga. But anyway, um, in the presentation of your paper, no, you mentioned earlier that there are only two theories which your paper was anchored onto. Tama?
Yes,
Naligi pag-unahin mo ang theoretical framework ali. And yung theoretical framework yung sinabi dito, it's the transactional model and stress and coping, and then up to the classical function. When you go back to the theoretical framework, you have four theories. You have transactional theory of stress and coping. You have social cognitive theory. You have expectancy value theory. And you also have Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Hello.
Sir, actually, pwede na i-use ang honest mistake na card dito. Pero
I'm sorry.
namali lang kita mo nag-input, sir. Dapat apat talaga siya.
Okay.
Kaya
So,
pag i-summarize lang kita mo kay, ano sir, kay
mm,
AI friend. Kanya mo rin
So-
na-provide.
you have to always go back. Kasi yung sabi ko, that the AI, though, they work, they listening. So, you have to go back.
Sir, hinay kayo yung microphone. Same gihapon siya, sir.
Hello.
Pero wag mo yung mga yung okay, sir.
So, you have to go back looking at your theoretical framework. Kasi nga, sa theory ninyo, apat dito eh. Hindi lang dalawa. So, kada sila, wala po na siya na bubiriya. So, usma na siya ha. You still have time to change the content of your the content of your presentation. Okay?
Noted, sir.
Okay. Now, for the conceptual framework of the study, kaning inyo ang discussion dito sa conceptual framework sa inyo ang manuscript, medyo di siya tama, no? Because you have just discussed the each of the variable. Now, what you could do is to really discuss what these arrows mean. Gano si stress level, naka-point kay just job satisfaction, gano ang moderating variable, naka-point kay kay dependent variable which is workforce productivity, ug gano may duha ka arrowhead, stress level going to workforce productivity and workforce productivity going to stress level. Gano sa vice versa ang iyahang arrow. That should have been explained in the discussion. And since it was not explained in your discussion, it needs to be explained in your presentation. Nasabtan ko, Ellie?
no po, sir.
Okay, kay kung dili niyo mapasabot na sa kuha or di po na niyo masabtan sa imong kaugalingon, di niyo mapasabot sa imong mga kapuban, then most likely, no, the panelists will not also understand the relationship of these three. Okay?
Opo, sir.
May I ask Isra, Isa, Sheila, do you understand why these arrows are pointing to each other? Or what the arrow means? So you have to help one another na mapasabot sa isa't isa kung saan siyang mga araw. Okay?
Opo,
Hello?
sir. Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Pangitai po na tubag, ha? Kaya para masabtan na ninyo, pagsabot mo pagkauma kay masigwa dyan mo kasabot anak na ang tanon mo, wag po ito'y matubag na nabuang na. Ilan dyan nag-scrap ang inyong papel, magbuhat mo pagko, kung ano mo kasabot sa inyong study, ganahanday mo. Ganahan mo?
Never na po tayo.
Hopefully, di anak po ng puan sa inyo, no? Kaya, kung hindi masabot, most likely, ikuha nyo na nila, scrap nyo na nila sa inyo pa. Next would be the research design. In your research design, again, go back to the references, ha. Ngano siya kani ang tama na discussion or tama na research design sa inyong study. Okay? Please mention the references. Next would be in your research respondents. No, I was looking for the number of respondents in your research respondents discussion. No, the total population of teachers in the selected areas was identified through coordination with local school divisions and ECCD, blah blah. The sample size will be calculated. Will be calculated, blah 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 blah. Ensuring adequate, blah 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 blah. Pero wala man mo man mag-iingon kung pila. Tapos kay, di ba nahanang tag 25 teachers, estimated 25 teachers from kindergarten to grade 3. Tama? Hello? Tubag ka po daw ko ninyo.
Yes po, sir.
Tama ba po? Grades, kindergarten to grade 3 ba mo?
Yes po, sir.
Oh, wala po na siya na-discuss diri aha. Kung sa inyong research respondents. Kung sa ang kanang bracket sa research respondents ninyo. So, it's K to grade 3, tama? O kindergarten lang mo tanan?
Kindergarten to grade 2.
O, kada siya dapat ma-appeal po na siya sa inyong research respondents. Kaya, siya klaro kung pila ni ka po research respondents. Okay? Tapos, kung 25, tapos 20 ka po schools, 10 per district. So, it would be 500 teachers, tama?
I believe, sir, 200 kasi ang goal per school is like
Ha?
200 lang po ata ang targeted na respondent, sir.
Teka, estimated magkaya is 25.
Na school, sir.
No, estimated number of teacher per school.
Ang na-mention sa akin ng
Teka, yeah. Estimated din mo. Total respondents naman ay mong pasaport. Wala kasi kayong na-discuss na pila ang estimated. Sorry. Nabalo na ba mo sa number of teachers per school?
No, sir. Assuming lang
O,
po.
assuming, pang pila din yung na-assume per school.
20.
So if it's 20, then if it's 20, so it's 400. So 400, ika-push na ganito sa inyong Sa inyong rows of calculator, it's 197. It's not 200. Kung alam mo 95% confidence level, 5% margin of error. Tapos kung mag-rouse of calculator ka, it's 197. So which is which? Nasabtan ko ninyo?
So, ang mali namin, sir, is ang estimation ng schools or ng respondents per school po.
Kung mag 500 respondents ka, let's say 25 ang estimated, it's 218 ang inyong respondents. That should have been discussed in your research respondents, okay? Kani po purposive sampling, wala po siya na-discuss ang klaro. Wala pang kayo na defining kung saan siyang purposive sampling. Wala po siya in text reference. Kung saan naging text kung saan naging ang purposive sampling sa page 42. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Sabtan ko. Now, in your research instruments, you've mentioned about, or only about, the basics. The main tool used to collect data with progress survey, this instrument current standard, blah, 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 blah. Kindly mention also how many questions per instrument. Where did you get these instruments from? Are they adapted? Are they adopted? Did you modify?
Ano yung first, sir, i-mention per research
Yeah,
instrument, ilang questions po?
yeah.
Okay.
And then you have to mention also if they're adopted or not, or if you just rerun the whole thing.
Okay po. If they are adapted or borrowed po, sir.
Mention about descriptive, which is mean standard deviation. You mentioned about which answers questions 1 to 3. Pearson or Pearson. Pearson, product moment correlation answers question number 4 with the theory hypothesis to be tested. No, the relationships to be tested. Wala man may regression. So ba test of mediation man inyong R5. Ang subal z-test is different from regression analysis. Kaya nag-test man mo sa mediating effect. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Nagkuha na po lang. Sige, dami ng AI. So, kana siya, usapan na ninyong inyong mga PPT. Okay, na. Pagjuntaan ni. Nagagin kayo makuha sa inyo ha. Ma-question sa inyo ha. Magkakalimaw sa inyo ha. Manuscript.
sir, clarify ko lang din. Ang sa, if tama kin-understand sir ha, ang statistical treatment po ay um, walang regression.
Walang linear regression din sabi ko sa inyo. The regression analysis, it's Subel Z-test ang inyuha for the mediating effect. Okay?
Sir, sa PPT yan, sir, or sa paper po? Sir, nawala na po ibong audio, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, mahina pa rin po. Very layo. Sir, baka nagsalita ka po, walang audio. Ate, ano gani ang basehan ng PPT? Yung ipasa ni Aling? Yes. Hello, sir. Sir, wala pa rin po audio. Makita ko yung cam, sir. Nag-on sa pero walang audio po.
Hello? Hello?
Much. Yes, sir.
Narinig na.
Sir, mag-ask ano po pala kami ng question. Ano po ang ginrelease niyo na paper namin ngayon?
Yung, pinag-release pa kanila.
Okay.
So, that's the one I'm reading. Hmm. So, ano nga sinasabi mo?
Yung sa last po, sir, on my end, sir, have yung statistical treatment po.
Mm-hmm. So, in your paper, ang nakalagay is about that, not regression analysis. So, once you are testing the mediating effect of one variable, we are utilizing the Bell test and not regression analysis. So, it's a mistake already putting the regression analysis in your PowerPoint. Okay?
Okay.
So basically, you know, uh, we just really have to pray for the good outcome of the presentation tomorrow. And then if there are, again, comments, suggestions, or things that are unpleasant to hear, we just have to accept them with composure, and we just accept them wholeheartedly kasi mao man jud ang kuan, mao man jud ang ilahang role to really give their comments and suggestions. And their comments are or should be treated as constructive criticisms, constructive comments for your paper to really be better. You just really have to be confident in the presentation. Again, as much as possible, wala tayong papel na pinadala who wants to go to presentation. Okay?
No, that's good.
Okay. Any other questions?
Sir, sorry, clarify ko lang ulit. So, sa statistical treatment, dapat tanggalin namin ang regression analysis sa PPT and change po ng Sobel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
Can we also discuss why it is less to use about text? Kasi wa pa mo kabalkon sa unsang gamiton, no?
okay na po. And another question, sir, kay pwede naman i-modify or i-change ang font sa PPT. Kasi parang feel ko, sir, hindi nila ma-input ano ang important na ano sa document na dapat gusto nila ang font.
Yeah, sure.
Ano po ang minimum?
Long as it's visible to the panelists. Anyway, it will be dash as screen like that. Then 16, 14, 14, 16. Long as it's not too wordy, and long as you will not necessarily be reading what is placed on your PPT, and that would be fine. Any other questions?
Last day, ano ang order ng parang or ano ang flow tomorrow po after ng presentation? Comments ba agad or questions?
That depends on the panelists, pero most likely nag-interchange lang kasi yan comments and questions. So once there are comments, then we'll take note of that now. We will apply that on our paper. And if there are questions, then you just have to honestly answer. Maybe they will also be asking, why mediation analysis? Why did you put another variable in your study when you could just really focus on stress level and workforce productivity? And one of so August maganda din ba?
So, August na pa yung
No. So that could also be asked. Kasi nga what I have kasi nga ang mediating effect or even the moderating variable, moderating and mediating variables are not commonly utilized in baccalaureate papers. It's usually utilized in papers for master's and doctorate degrees. But here you are learning about a not so easy route, by utilizing the mediating variable in your study. I guess you could also answer that you have already the correlational study before, just looking onto the stress level of the relationship of an independent variable to the dependent variable, and this is the first time that you will just really be exploring and understanding that there is another way of looking onto things, and this is the mediating variable. Nasabtan ako, nagsiyaw-yaw ako. Any other questions? Magbuhat pa din ang kuan. Imuhang ka rubric.
Sir, aking may dagdag sa PPT lang po, sir. So, hindi na po need ng inyong parang label ba yun? Sa first part, mag-sir, kay ilagay lang po namin ang name ni Ma'am Karen and name na. Hindi na ba need, sir, nalagyan na parang advisor or mentor? Then, ang picture po ni Ma'am Karen, sir, kaya wala kaming ingit pa kasi wala siya nag-
Yeah. Reply basta kuan. Basta weekend. Kanta nila sa iya hanggang ay nakatingala ang kaya ha. Kapag hindi matingala na. Okay? Alam mo na. Kung nalibog yan sa akong pangalan, Ismael lang lang natin.
Sir, imong middle initial.
Pasagdi na din siya. Joke lang. Panagas ko yung nakanana.
Na ay period ang sir, LPT, after ng LPT.
Wala ba?
Ay, naa, sir. Mga ko nag-ask. Medyo na-confuse.
Okay. You're done. Other questions? Wow, ikaw ba magpunaw nga na sila? Uy, mura mag... Tanggalan na lang ng name ay ng Ma'am Karen.
Kasi mga ibutang, sir. Pwede, or at kuha na lang naman siya ugma, sir. Ugma yun.
Sige. Kung makapangat nga yung mood ko ang picture niyo. Okay.
Nya, kung dili, sir.
Iyo,
Ano po?
tanggal ni ko kan Eli ang naong ni Ma'am Karen.
Ano, sir, kung dili may makapangayat, sir.
Ha? Pwede mo makapangat pakita na lang yun siya.
Okay.
Kuyawa mo, no, ano, ministra diri ako.
Okay, ano? Ay, mas kapag dito, ano, sir, between the taas ang buhok.
Si Isa Jud. May ano Jud kay ang smile. For sure, kay Carbonel, kay Gika. Para sa iyahang passport.
Tuloy, sir, uy.
Oo, ayun.
Kana,
Kaya ko, kaya kay Tingog. Agit daw, Ali.
Ah,
Ha? Suot. Sige na, usa na ka. Questions pa.
ma'am, sir. Oh, wait. Sir, what is saying?
sir, na ako'y question, sir.
Masa man yan?
Final na ni Ugma. Dili pwede yung ano.
Oh. Nilili ko daw pa din, ano, sir, ibalhin.
Dili na Jud ka. It's final and irrevocable. Nag-ready na ba si Ma'am G last time?
Oh my God.
Nung
Ang sabi palala.
Friday pa lang si Ma'am Carmen, nagbasa na po sa inyong papel.
Sir, anak ka nila ko na si Ma'am Aboy.